Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf and welcome back to Memories Dogma Code 1. So we just had a nice little flashback of when our main character here met Kakeru and Sorano. And apparently it was because Sorano was being bullied and he stepped in. So that was really cool. And we just got out of the flashback and Reina asked us what is wrong. I came back to my senses only to find Reina staring at me, confused. No, it's nothing. You were thinking about Sorano, weren't you? That was her name, right? At Reina's perceptive comment, I nod. I wonder what Sorano was trying to tell us back there in that room. Yeah. No matter how much neuroscience advances, no matter how much of the brain's functionality we can map, we still can't figure out what we're really thinking. I didn't hear your conversation directly, so I'm just guessing, but based off of what we know, there must have been something that caused a malfunction in the algorithm used to replicate her memories. The technology used to digitize memory still isn't perfect after all. Wait, are you telling me that the technology to digitize memories still isn't perfect? Unfortunately so. Reina coughs lightly, then begins to speak. Up until a few years ago, many countries were trying to map the brain or simulate its functionality. Some of the more famous ones are America's Brain Project and Europe's Human Brain Project. I'm sure you must have heard of them at least, right? It was thanks to their efforts that we were finally able to map the human brain, and that technologies like e-memory got developed. However, there are still things about human memory that we still don't fully understand. We can digitize the memories themselves perfectly, but when it comes to reproducing them to act like the person, it's the same as trying to replicate the brain itself, and there are still limits to how well we can do that. Like she told us last night, it seems like she's pretty knowledgeable about people's memories. You sure know a lot about digitizing memory, Adena. Well, I learned most of this in college. Oh, you're a college student. Kakeru suddenly raises his head. Wait, that means you're in your mid-20s, Adena? Wow, mid-20s? Holy cow, she's small for that. How rude. I'm still only 17. Oh, well I guess that makes more sense. Wait, seriously? You're younger than us? Wait, but then... Oh, did she like skip a bunch of grades because she was so much of a prodigy? I skipped a lot of grades in America. I graduated college when I was 12. Holy shit. Jeez, that's a bit crazy. Dana states casually. That's not just something you state casually. It's like, oh yeah, I'm like on twice your level when it comes to intellect. Like, no big deal. Jeez. You hear about them on the news sometimes, but I think there are really people like that in reality who graduate college around the time most people would be graduating elementary school. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I hear on the news, like, every once in a while there will be someone's like, oh yeah, this person, like, got a PhD by the time they were, like, 20 or something like that. Like, so, like, not that exactly, but, like, something along those lines. And so I always think of how crazy that sounds. And, like, I always wanted to meet someone who was like that, but I've never met someone who's... I've met people who've skipped grades, but I've never met someone who, like, was that much of a prodigy. That's just ridiculous. Like, impressive. More power to them. Like, geez, good job, but, man, jealous. When I hear about Reina's academic history, what the... Oh, I have a choice. I'll praise her, why not? Wow, that's amazing. I wasn't expecting you to have choices. Jeez. Is this like gonna try and build up our relationship with her or something? Not really. I just made my way through the system a bit faster than other people. That's a good way to look at it. Nice and humble. Modest. You're being way too humble. There's no way a normal person could do that. Really? I just told her how I felt, but for some reason Dana looks down a little dejected. Either way, I now understand that Dana is extensively informed on this topic. Are you two high schoolers? No, we're engineering students in college, but... Hearing that, Dana looks up at us sharply. Really? Yeah, really. Then have you read Wilson Nicky's thesis on the Birch and Swinnerton Dyer conjecture published half a year ago? What the hell? What the hell is that? The Birch and Swinnerton Dyer conjecture. I have to see what that is. One of the Millennium Prize problems denoted by America's Clay Mathematics Institute. It's considered one of the 7 great unsolved mathematical conjectures of our time. The conjecture is as follows. Let there be an elliptic curve E over a global field K. Then the rank of the abelian group E parenthesis K close parentheses of points of E is equal to the order of the 0 of L parenthesis E comma S close parentheses at S equals 1, where L denotes the Hass-Weil L is that Hass-Weil or Hass-Weil L function? Hass-Weil L function. What the actual fuck? Like, I'm assuming that's a bunch of nonsense, considering this is, like, set way in the future. But, like, what the fuck is that? My god. The first person who manages to prove this conjecture is promised $1 million reward by the Institute. Fair enough. Not gonna be me. Jesus. Dana looks straight at me as she asked that. She's staring at us with an excited, expectant look on her face. Oh, jeez. In response to Dana's question, I say... I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea what you just said. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow that at all. I was only just able to infer that she's talking about a scientific thesis published by a famous professor. But I don't really know what I can say about it. Kakadu must have thought the same thing since he hurriedly changed the subject. Oh yeah, come to think of it. What have you been doing since you graduated college, Reina-chan? Eh? Reina's gaze wanders for a bit. Then after deliberately choosing her words, she says, I'm working at a cutting-edge research facility. Reina doesn't elaborate any further and simply shrugs her shoulders. Ooh, is she like at some secret facility for doing e-memory stuff? That's enough about me. Right now we should focus on Sutton's memories. With that, Reina too abruptly changes the subject. If she's doing cutting-edge research, there's probably classified company secrets she can't talk about. I decide not to ask any further, and instead opt to return to the topic of Sutton's memories. What's important right now isn't Reina's history, it's Sutton's memories. It's kind of redundant to say that. We can leave accessing Sutton's memory data to Kakadu, but even if we manage to do it, the same error might occur again. So it might be worth it to try a more analog approach to things. What exactly do you mean by a more analog approach? I mean, like showing her old belongings, or showing her videos of the places she knows about. Would something that simple really bring her memories back? Well, I don't have any proof that it'll work, but there's no harm in trying, right? Well, it's better than sitting here watching Kakadu type, at least. Yeah, you might as well try it. I'm not even sure how much I'll be able to get done in one day anyway. Well, that was interesting. Oh, we're on a timer, boys and girls. 5 days left. Alright. As we walk outside, the light of the morning sun beats down on us. I grimace and turn away from the light as it pierces my eyes. Man, all-nighters really do a number on you. Don't I know it, buddy. Really? I thought everyone did this pretty often. I would say that most people don't pull all-nighters on a regular basis. If you're an engineering student, Hiroki, you'll find yourself pulling all-nighters doing experiments in your lab soon enough. Man, I'm trying really hard to, like, differentiate the voices between Reina and Hiroki, because, like, they obviously have different voices, but like they're both kind of like lower and slightly monotone. And so I'm like trying to do similar voices, but like have a guy version and a girl version. It's kind of hard. You might be right. Wait, why are you following me? Dana was following along like it was completely natural, and when I pointed out, she just shrugs. Doesn't look like Kakeru needs our help. On the other hand, you look like a wishy-washy kind of guy that needs a lot of help, Hiroki. I can't really say anything back, so she's right. Seeing me suddenly fall silent, Dana hurriedly continues. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Nah, don't worry about it. I get told that a lot. Plus, you know, I feel it, and you know, I've like tried to kill myself because of it, you know. No big deal. Not a soft topic. I remember Kakeru and Sodano telling me I spaced out too much too. I'm sure that's just the kind of person I look like to others. I remember my teacher telling me that I'm too blunt and say too much all the time. I still haven't been able to fix it. Teacher? From when you were still in college? Yes. There was someone to whom I'm greatly indebted. It feels like Reina is looking somewhere far away when she says that. I hesitate to say anything and simply stare at her face. Someone she's greatly indebted to, huh? Speaking of people you're indebted to, the person we're about to go visit right now is someone I'm greatly indebted to, too. By the way, where are we going? Sodano's house. I was gonna ask if we could borrow some of her stuff. That's a pretty good idea. We walk and talk before finally stopping in front of a house. It's the house where Sodano and her big sister Aoi lived. This is where Sodano's family lives? The only person living here right now is Aoi. Aoi? Sodano's older sister. Right now it's 7 in the morning. I wonder if she's awake yet. Honestly, there's more important things I should worry about instead of whether or not she's awake. I didn't go to Sodano's funeral. Ooh. Probably should have done that, buddy. So the last time I came here was when Sodano was still alive, when I came over to hang out. I haven't seen Aoi-san since then either. I wonder what Aoi-san thinks of me. I didn't even go to Sodano's funeral. While thinking about all that, I suddenly grow scared of pushing the intercom button. But... well, we'll find out what happens after we press this button next time. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you can, guys. All this stuff really does help me out as a YouTuber, and I love hearing what you guys have to say. So with that, I'll see you guys next time on Memory's Dogma Code 01.